Hello, 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 and welcome to a very special episode of Life Talks with Crystal Phoenix. Today, I am introducing both my LinkedIn and my YouTube community to an amazing organization that I was shown by our beautiful Sassy. Hello, my love. Sassy, I gave you the link if you would like to join us because you are the reason for this beautiful collaboration. So if you want to join, come on up. But we've got a full stage tonight. So now, this organization is called the Dark Angels. And well, they're pretty awesome with what they're doing in the world of addiction and addiction recovery. So I would rather bring up the founder of this wonderful organization, James, to explain a little bit for us before I bring up the rest of the team. So, hi, James.
Hi.
Welcome. So, I'm just going to dive right in. What is what inspired you to start Dark Angels, and what is the Dark Angels? Like, it says intervention team. Why don't we go into this? What your inspiration was for it and why you say you're an intervention team.
Well, I actually stumbled upon it. I was healed of my addiction in an instant over 6 years ago on Christmas Day. That's when it really started. I was given knowledge that it was for a reason and it was special. And after a couple of years, I began to realize that it was going to be more of a frontline thing. I did some work with fentanyl, but what happened was when my former wife, we forced her, me and my son, into a detox situation. And she wound up thriving with the combination of me wanting her to get better and having the kids' lives hanging in the balance. It healed her. So it began then. It was in my mind, and then I just figured maybe I could do it to somebody else. So I put it to the test, and I was alone then before the team started. But I realized that if you have purpose, I began to create a bridge where someone could come. I could actually go get them, and they could come with me to the island of recovery is what I call it. And that's when I decided to start a team. And team members that are healed now came from a place where they did not want recovery. We went and selected them and chose them for recovery. And that's what we've been busy doing ever since. It's over a year old now.
That's amazing. So where do you see this organization growing to? I know you do all this out of pocket. Hey Cromel, welcome. Thank you for coming. I know you do this out of pocket. You go into these homes or places and you get people out. I've sat in on some of your meetings on TikTok and everything. And you talk about, talking to these addicts, it's not like you just go in and pull them out. I've noticed you do it the right way. You talk to them, you bring it up, you make it to where they're finally willing to, is the way it seems in the meeting. It's not like you just go in there like a raid or anything.
Well, if it was that simple, I would do that every time.
I love the fact that you own that. So
yeah.
I'm actually thinking I would like to bring up the person that kind of put us together, and then I'm going to bring up the rest of the team. Sassy, my sweet, you knew the minute I saw you pop in, you're getting put up here, so don't even give me that. Welcome, my sister.
Hello, everybody. I'm not really people friendly, but for you two, I will be here.
Now, this is the first time the three of us have actually been in any form of a call. Okay. So
We don't do
quick,
business the way normal people do business.
Agreed.
really quick, I want you to explain to James and everyone else why you wanted to throw me at him. And I think he already sees why, but I want you to explain to James what you said to me as to why
Absolutely. Before
Dark
I
Angels
do,
needed me and I needed them. It was a mutual, you guys need each other. I will say that.
this is what I do. So, if you don't mind, may I answer your question about what we do before I do that? Is that all right?
Yes.
All right. So, hi, Jimmy.
Hi.
So, when I got connected with the Dark Angels, I was in a very dark place myself. I was dealing with not addiction, but very severe anxiety and depression, something that Crystal can attest to. She was with me during all of it. Crystal and I met when I was really, really pushing very, very hard. And what I was pushing didn't work, but this is how we learn, right? And so I met Jimmy. I fell in on a live of his while I was doing networking on TikTok, and the way that this man was talking about sobriety, and having not been in active addiction myself, I had never truly grasped parts of it until I listened to Jimmy talk. And there was a brazenness in the way that he was approaching it. There was just, he had no fucks to give. And I can resonate with that. I can resonate with, there is a problem, I have an idea, and I'm going to go for it. And the question whether you are going to join me or not is completely irrelevant to me, because I will do this. And I saw that. And then I started falling in love with the people. And what we do forced sobriety. But our weapon of choice is aggressive love. We have other things that we use too. We have networks and groups that we're connecting and building up, which is why we're doing this, so that we can connect with more people with this passion. Because
I just love that you said aggressive love, because I'm thinking to a few of our conversations where we have aggressively loved each other, basically saying, okay, we've done the whole cry it out thing. Now pull your head out of your ass and let's get back up. It's like,
what are we going to do about it? What's the next steps? What's the functionality?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to say something, Jimmy?
Yes, let me just what she said. Aggressive love, always. Now, practically speaking, you don't want recovery. These are the people we choose. They're not asking for help. There's a reason why we choose them. Jerry is the best example. He's been public all along. I bumped into Jerry and saw something in his eyes that was a cross between terrible pain, desperation, and a cry for help without him saying a word. I simply had to act. I made a commitment that I would never stop until he was safe. Never. Now, once Jerry understood that, he would tell you that was a big part of what made the difference. That showed him that he knew somebody cared about him. And that was the bridge he needed to cross over. Okay?
And that doesn't necessarily come across when you're nicely sitting in a nice little church pew or at a nice little table, or that you need to be able and willing to get into the places where you face to face with these people. And the reason why I connected Crystal is because Crystal and I met in another nonprofit organization, and Crystal is very good at implementing structure, and she's very good at seeing the vision and sticking with the vision, but also providing some functionality. And that was something I thought that we needed just a little. But also, Crystal had been looking for a place to put these skills where the heart is right, where the passion is there, and where the people are actually doing the work. And that's something I can say for this whole team, because we are all from all different parts of life. We all have different strengths. We all have different gifts. But Jimmy is not somebody who throws a whip down and says, this is the way it'll be. We're all here figuring this out together. So I cannot believe I'm live. Crazy people. but I'm
Oh,
here because I
this is
believe
the
in
first. I was
this.
going to say this is not the first time I have thrown you on camera and you've just been like, "I hate you, but I love
You're just
you."
lucky I have
He
clothes
loves
on.
it.
You, because I would have cared. I would have been able to blur it out. Love you. So, on that note, um,
No, I'm on.
since we were talking about Jerry and everything, I've decided to kind of bring up the rest of the team because I felt bad just seeing everybody kind of hanging out backstage, and
It's
you
so cool
know,
seeing you all here, like all on
thanks,
this on the
Matt.
YouTube
me.
stage. Thank you, Crystal, for facilitating this. It's really cool.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, my brother Chris from LinkedIn, who is here, Bud Files, Indigo. Thank you, everybody, for coming, and for those that are going to be on Team Replay, including Max Surviving Together. Seeing her, I do want to do a really quick reminder announcement because if I don't do it right this moment while I'm thinking of it, I will forget. But for any of our viewers that were interested in the project, Clothesline that we are getting together Sunday at 10 EST to design our t-shirts for the project. Just putting that reminder out to get a hold of me or Mac and let us know so we can get those links out. If I didn't say it right then, I would have forgotten. I'm sorry, guys. You can ask Sassy. I am that bad.
And we love you for it.
So, on that note, why don't we do a round robin? James has already been introduced, and my viewers actually know Sassy anyway. So, Jerry, since you have actually already been mentioned, I'm gonna say, tag you're it, and then we will go to Miss Leanne, and then Alan, then Lace, then the beautiful Dawn will wrap us up on introductions. How's that sound, guys? Just
Okay.
kind of doing a zigzag on my screen.
Sure.
So,
Hi, everybody. How you
Hi,
guys
Jerry.
doing? It's nice to be here. I don't know how long I'll be able to stay. I'm in, as everybody knows, I am in rehab. And I got like 4 other roommates in here, so it's kind of get noisy, and um, my speaker for some reason I can't hear you guys too good. So
well,
I don't know what the
since
problem
It's
you
is.
don't-
because of StreamYard. StreamYard
Yeah.
does that. It's StreamYard pulls you through. It's because of the program.
Yeah. Real quick,
Okay.
since we're not sure how long we're going to have you, I did have a couple of questions I wanted to ask each of the members of the team. So I will just ask you both of them really quickly so that just in case. We know what brought you to the team. Jimmy already
Yes,
kind of
thanks.
said that. Yeah. What do you want to see happen with Dark Angels? And how do you feel you can add to the team? So this is just a curiosity thing, like, because I'm a big firm believer of everybody has a different piece
He
of the
does
puzzle,
add to the
and
team. So Jerry, how
yeah,
do you add to the team?
that's what I'm saying.
Um,
Like, everybody's a different piece of the puzzle, so I'm just trying to
Well, if you
show the
follow
big
me on
puzzle.
TikTok, Dark Angels Jerry, you can see my progress from before, and I still even haven't even seen some of the videos from when James was looking for me. He was telling me about them. But he thought my name was George. um,
I didn't
but he
know that.
found me and he got me into recovery, and right now in a long-term treatment program. I probably got another 3 months left here. For personal reasons, there's a lot of good opportunities I got here, which I'm working on. I want to get my Sherpa certificate, which it's a peer advocate thing. I'll be certified, as a peer advocate. Um, Also, I want to go to school. I'm thinking about going to school. Plus, I'm doing this intern thing here where I get paid. At the end of my stay here, I'll walk out of here with a couple extra $1,000. So
Good.
that's why I'm looking to stay that long. Second, I'm also I want to participate in what James is doing, going out and grabbing people and getting them into sobriety, because that's where I feel that I'll be most helpful at. Because I do come from the streets. I was homeless, pushing a shopping cart for I lived in a tent for 10 years, homeless for 10 years. Lived in a tent for 7 years, lived on sidewalks and today, matter of fact, I was in Bayshore today in New York, and I went to the doctors, and we pull up to the doctors. It's the same place where I used to sleep behind. And it was like, wow. I was just looking
Wow.
around. But
That
I
must have
come
been
from
a
that.
big, like, perspective moment for you.
Yeah, and it,
I
it
hope
made
you pat
me.
yourself on the back there.
Yeah, I am. I am. I'm excited. I've never been this happy. I have so much support with you guys. I've never had that before in my life. Never. All the times I've tried recovery,
Stop it, Jerry. You're
I've
gonna
never,
make me cry again on camera.
I've
Stop
never
it.
been in this position that I'm at now. I have a friend, James. I've never said I had a friend, and I can actually say I love this guy. This guy is truly awesome, man. I've never had that in my life. Never. My parents were dead when I was young. When I was a kid. God rest their souls. I've been locked up since 10 years old. I've been through a lot of stuff in this world. I've had my own house, I've had my own business, and I've lost everything. And due to addiction, and especially with heroin and fentanyl, am I allowed to say that here? TikTok, you can't.
Fire away.
You're
Um,
okay. You're
Due
okay,
to
Jerry.
that was my serious downfall to where went homeless due to that. And James, I guess, he saw me out there one day. I've seen James throughout the years. I was actually in rehab with him when he got sober, and for a couple of days, for like a week, we were together. I think I left beforehand, but he would remember me, and throughout the years, I would see him once in a while, at the meetings, and he stayed clean, and I was not. And I guess he saw me recently. I'm coming up on 4 months clean, and he saw me. A couple months before that, he saw me pushing a shopping cart, and I guess it hit, and it hit something with him, on his heart, and he said he can't let me live like that. He said to me, he's like, I can't see you there. So, and that's basically where it started, and I bucked the first time, he brought me to detox and just dropped me off, and I felt like, he just abandoned me. I felt abandoned, first. Then when I saw him again out there in the streets, he told me, he goes, what will make you stay? And I said, I need a friend. I need someone that's going to be there for me, It'll make a world of difference if I know someone who's going to be there. And let me tell you, when he said, all right, I'll guarantee you that, he truly meant it. I swear to God, I talk to him about 3 times a day. I'm on the live with TikTok. I have so much support. Plus him, he picks me up on every other week, and helped me out financially, with clothes, cigarettes, or whatever I needed. Phone, he got me a phone. Um, he's been a true friend, and I couldn't ask for nothing. I don't know. I couldn't ask for anything more. You know. And then 2 weeks ago, when I got another time when I got to go out, I got to help look for. So we were looking for my friend Lisa, and hopefully we'll get her this week. But we found somebody else,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I remember those lives where you had found her and got her and everything.
yeah,
This is last week.
we got her a phone. We were in contact with her. And it's still working, but we met somebody else, Kyrell, and we brought him to detox. And so far, I'm sorry, I
So,
totally forgot to call him. I'm gonna call him in a little bit.
yeah.
But
All right.
Yeah. Cool.
we promised him the same thing. We
Yeah.
promised him the same thing that James promised me, that we would be there as a friend.
Yeah.
And
And that's
we've
the
been
whole
there.
thing. It's building that community, that support system.
Yeah, that's so
Um,
hard. When you first go to rehab, that is so
Mhm.
difficult to do, because you figure, all right, you go into detox, then you go to maybe a
Yeah.
28-day, you go to meetings every day, but you
Mhm.
got to try to get phone numbers. knows-
you have to build that support system, and it's not easy.
It's not. Then you get
Yeah.
out and and if you pretty much usually don't have a support system yet.
Yeah.
Then you get out and maybe some
Mhm.
crappy ass sober house. You go to meetings,
Mhm.
9 meetings in 9 days, and you know
Mhm.
what? You get this meeting list, and you don't know who to call, who's gonna be there as a friend. Maybe you call them, maybe you don't. Usually, I never did. I'm not good with people. I really came to hate people. I prefer kids under 10 and animals. That's what I like.
I like
Kids under 10
newborns.
because they're usually innocent, and they don't judge, and
No.
animals because they love you unconditionally.
Once they can start talking about I'm just kidding. I love children, animals, all of the above. It's adults that I can't really stand.
Yeah.
Sassy and I joke all the time about how we are together under our pillow forts coloring. We joke about it all the time. I've got my paints and everything, color pencils. My half of the office is a mess of art supplies and music. His is tech and clean. I am so far from that, it's not funny. That is my addiction, though. That is how I did my recovery, was through art and everything. But I had a support system, whereas, that's what this is building.
Yeah, this is totally
and
building
that's yeah. So, I am gonna move on to Miss Leanne.
I know we're time constraint.
So, hello, Miss Leanne. Now,
Hi, Crystal. Thank you. Jerry, you did great. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So you're asking me what my question is about why I started? Was that the question?
basically, what drew you to the Dark Angel group, and where
okay,
you
you're
are
gonna
hoping to
laugh
see it
because
grow?
James doesn't really know this, but when I first went to those chat rooms, so you kind of go there and you start. Dark Angels kind of scared me at first. I was like, wait a minute. Then I was too curious. I had to go in, right? And then they started talking and talking, and I just fell in love with what they were doing. And I see James as a general in the spirit realm, running this thing and cleaning up the earth. I really do. This is bigger than just us few people here. This is huge, and it's going out, and the momentum is going to take off. And like he said, right now the funding is just us trying to do whatever, $20 here or $20 there kind of thing, and try to do what we can. But it's the upliftment of the spirit that is coming through, that the supernatural is taking hold of this. And James, he said he did it overnight. The Lord came and did it to him overnight, and he can do that too. But the main thing I think with hearing from Jerry is that he has purpose. And when you find your purpose, you can get out of this stuff. He has purpose and direction, and to have a friend, and James lost his brothers, and James has a new brother, and he has new sisters, he has new brothers, he has a new family. And we thank you, James, for saying yes. Hi, Sammy.
Okay.
So, as you notice, we had somebody new join, but real quick, because most of the time you cannot respond to chat from StreamYard to LinkedIn. I did want to say a real quick hello to the beautiful Maggie. Good to see you, sis. Thank you for being here. But yeah, it is fun, and it's good that you guys are building that community. And I can see where James could seem a little intimidating, but I think that's just the New Yorker.
The reason why I was actually fell in love with this man is because I happened upon a live crystal and I was not okay emotionally. I was in the middle of all of this stuff. And this man was losing his marbles. He had smoke coming out of his ears. So I convinced him to let me up so that I could calm him down. It was me and Leanne, I think. I don't know, was it me and Dawn? I don't remember who it was, but I know it was me and somebody else. And it took us 20 minutes to calm this man down.
That was hot, huh?
Back to you, Crystal.
it is great hearing that even though you felt intimidating, you still, that curiosity kept you going. And being a spiritual person like that and everything, the fact that you found a group that you want to help influence and affect by helping others, by not judging them, but wanting to get them into recovery is a beautiful thing. Now, my screen has moved around a little bit, so I'm going to say hi to the beautiful Lace and ask her the same question. You answered that to me privately, but not to the rest of, the world. What drew you to Dark Angels, and how do you want to help within the organization? If you need a minute, I can ask Dawn the same thing and we can come back to you.
Well, first, I would be remiss if I didn't express my.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, we're on a delay. All right, let's give it a second to catch up.
You're good.
Delay.
I'm not hearing any delay, honey, so.
Okay, so I somehow came across a live on TikTok during the doom scroll, right? And I told James just the other day, I'm like, I don't even know how I found you, but my God, I'm so blessed, right? And to Sassy's point, his energy is what drew me in. And then I heard what he was about, what he was doing. And I felt this is someone that is on a mission. This is someone that is, when I hear him say, like, never, like, we're never going to stop. And I know that he means that from the core of his being. That is, I think, what initially drew me. And his persona, his attitude, his love, what ultimately really shined through for me is his deep, deep love. It's unmistakable. It's pure. It's beautiful. And that's why I'm like, all right, wait, I gotta hang around here, So, it's just, I don't know. It's like, I'm the person that came in for dinner and never left. Like, here, you know what I mean? And dinner here, whether you like it or not. But I feel, on a more personal note, there's something that spoke to me in my own deep healing journey, and it gives me joy, like true joy in my soul, and I wanted to be a part of it. However, even if it was just doing the tap, getting the TikTok up, that if that was all that I was here to do, then I was committed to doing it. Where I'm so proud and privileged and honored to be part of this amazing team. Jerry, Leanne, Dawn, Sam, everybody, everyone's here for the purpose, and everyone's giving of their time. And I have to say, we have Karen, who's a little ill tonight. She's just tremendous also. So much energy and love. For James, for the team, for the people that we are here for. We're, if I may add, that we're working on a little bit of a team. We're building things, so there's a lot more to come. I'm here for it, and I'm still hearing myself. So please, go ahead, Crystal.
Thanks.
We're gonna get to the what we're building part in a few moments, but. I got two more people to introduce themselves and like what their part in the team and everything is. So, ladies first. Dawn, you've been waiting so patiently. The floor is yours.
Hi, Crystal. How are you?
Good.
Well, I would be the very first person that James actually got into recovery over 3 years ago.
Amazing. Okay. See, I didn't know.
I'm the ex-wife.
Hey, you know what? The fact that you guys are still friends, awesome. You know, the fact that he cared enough to help you and everything, that's good. Rock on.
I am definitely 100% all in on this. He got to me. My son approached him, and they got me out immediately. And I was just hooked. I know this program works with him because it worked for me. And all I wanted to do is just give back now for everything that I have received. Originally, I wanted to get back to who I was. And then, no, I wanted to be who I was meant to be. And thanks to James, he's given me back my life, my children. I love him to death. Even though we're divorced, I still love you.
Are you sure you haven't read my solo book? Seriously? Because that is actually one of the like highlight parts that I put in when I was recovering from domestic abuse, the mental health issue and everything. What you just said, originally you wanted to go back to who you were before, but then you realized you wanted to be better, who you were always meant to be, the best version of you. That's why I'm like, you sure you haven't read my book?
No, but I think I want to now.
I appreciate that, but that mindset right there.
This whole thing made me a better person, a better mother, a better friend, and I just want to give back to everything that I have received in return.
Wow.
And that, Jimmy, you inspired. So you should take those kudos for what they are. Okay?
Humbly.
If it worked for me, it'll work for everybody.
She did the work, but you inspired it. You pushed
right.
it for it. So right there, those kudos do go to you. And they go to you as well, Don, because you did the work for yourself.
She did.
And you had the support. But the fact that you own and say, he helped me find my way, that right there is the best recommendation you could get, James. I mean, first off, it's your ex-wife. Most people are going to be like, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, right? Come on now. You know I'm right on that. But
yeah, we went through a lot over the years, but you can never tell by how we are today.
And that's just it. That speaks a lot to the program that James has built. Jerry's story, you know, being the fact that he is one of the ones that James got off the street. You, his ex-wife, he still cared enough to help you lift yourself up and start and go from barely surviving to warrior. A domestic abuse organization that I used to volunteer with called Break the Silence says that there's 4 stages of, you know, when it comes to that: victim, survivor, thriver, warrior. Now, not everybody has to reach the warrior stage, because thriving is just as good. But everybody on this screen is a warrior for their cause. Me, yes, sobriety is a big thing, but my cause is domestic abuse awareness, getting people out. And that's where I feel that the Dark Angels go hand in hand, and why I'm so supportive of James in this project is because of that. And James and I have talked about this, but we'll get to that after we introduce Samuel. But I give you such big hugs and kudos for going out there live and saying, yeah, that is the best endorsement he could ever get, is you, Don, and this program. You really are
He deserves it.
Best endorsement.
Aww,
you know? So, Samuel, it looks like you are in the same kind of situation as Jerry. I'm not sure. I don't know your situation. So why don't you tell us what brought you to the Dark Angels? And there we go.
Yeah, I'm Sam. Hey, how you doing? No, I'm in recovery. I don't know how. I don't remember how I got involved, but somehow I got involved. currently I am in recovery. I got over a year and a month and some days, and did it mostly on the street. Yeah, did it mostly on the street in a tent. So that's where I'm living right now. But what?
No, you're good.
Oh, okay. So
Oh, I
yeah, and
thought I
that's
was
where my-
muted. Sorry, my husband was saying something to me. I thought I muted. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. No worries. So yeah, I don't know exactly how I got there. Somebody shared a live, and I checked it out. Oh no, it was Zach's Rays of Hope. Zach's Rays of Hope. He was in the box, and I was in the box, and that's how we got connected. That's how it happened. And so I'm in recovery. I'm also homeless, but I do want to eventually move and be part of that street team that he's got going on, looking for people and stuff. That's my ultimate goal. And just to stay sober, I'm sitting in a clubhouse right now, an AA clubhouse. So, nobody's around though, so don't worry about that. No anonymity being broken here. So
I'm not worried, honestly. You guys put your names how you wanted them to be seen, knowing that this is going to be streamed live to both YouTube and LinkedIn.
Awesome.
So, and I have my straight up last name on there, but everybody knows me on the channels that I'm streaming to. Heck, you put my first and last name into Amazon and you will come up with 8 different books with my name on it.
there you go.
So I'm perfectly good with not worried about anonymity. And if anybody wants to troll me, I love playing Whack-A-Troll. It's a fun game.
Wow.
And
Oh,
if
Yeah,
we're
I love
being
troll.
trolled, that means we're saying something right.
Yeah,
Because-
you never know when you're going to block a blessing though. When you block a troll, by the way.
Oh, I don't block them. I
No,
just
I
beat them at their own game.
Yeah, but I just had a situation like that. Somebody came into my live and was trolling, and it was exactly like what he wanted to do, but then he blessed the crap out of me.
Oh.
So, like with
Yeah,
a
I
cash
don't block
app.
them.
So,
I
yeah,
don't-
you never
I
know.
don't block trolls. I just outsmart them.
Well, I just
I-
let him do it.
Yeah, I do too. And then if they want to say something negative or whatever, I just flip it right back on them.
Oh, I don't even do that.
Or I ignore them. The fun ones are when you ignore them because it pisses them off even more. And then it gets more attention to your channel and
Yeah.
people see that you're not being an idiot. Go figure.
Right.
And
Yep.
you wind up with more followers that way. So I don't really care. Come on, please troll me. That just says I'm saying I'm doing something right.
That's right.
Yes, Jamie.
I think James wants to say something.
That's why I
Yes.
said yes, Jimmy.
I just I love a good troll, by the way. But anyway, just as far as Sammy's here, and Sammy, I want
Up here on the street team, there's a few reasons for that. He's gifted. He would be like one of the best choices to be on the street team. He's completely independent. He's hungry. He's big. That doesn't hurt. But also he's smart. And he's already been doing work for the team behind closed doors. He's doing all the tasks. He does what I ask him to do. He's a good man. He's got a big heart, and he's loyal. I'm going to get him up here. I'm going to help him get up here. There'll be a window, and he's going to be a member of the street team. That's my prediction.
That's awesome.
That's what I
No.
want.
The reason that Sassy threw me at James is twofold. One, yes, I'm pretty good at organizational skills. When you can get my ADHD and 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon spiciness in order itself. Okay? Because I love projects and I love working with organizations like this. And getting that team training for the ladies to be able to help other ladies, getting the support systems that are needed and wanted and set into place. Sassy wants me to help build the organization to turn it in to where it could even be turned into an NPO, which is a nonprofit, and go nationwide. I feel that the organization could help with what I do at my core, and that's help domestic abuse survivors. I know for a fact that my addiction was based because of my abuse. you know. Now, I was able to walk away from my addiction. I walked away from him and I was able to walk away from my addiction. Okay. But not everybody's like that, you know. And having a support system and a group like this that are boots on the ground, ready to go in and talk to that mom and talk some sense into her about sobering up for her kids. And while she's sobering up, gets away from the abuser at the same time. To me, that's a win-win. That's, you know, helping in all ways. We're getting her sober to get away from her abuser as well. And with the foundation that I'm building with the sanctuaries, you guys get them out. And to me, at the sanctuary, where we help them rebuild, sober up, get the financial literacy programs, and get on their feet with their kids, learn how to reintegrate and stand on their own without the abuser. To me, that's just a win-win on all sides. And
Agreed.
and I've talked to James about this a little bit, you know, about what my foundation that I'm starting is. But I don't see why the M&A Phoenix Foundation and Dark Angels aren't a good collaboration fit in any way, because we all have the same want. We want to help people get sober and on their feet with a good support system. And to me, that is the end game. And that's why I wanted to introduce the team, so that we could get your faces out there, get your names out there, get what this organization is for out there to help get funding, so it's not all coming out of Jimmy's pocket. So, you know, get the education, get, you know, more boots on the ground, get the training that's needed for everybody, you know, get the help, and to be able to grow into what James wants it to be, what, you know, helping more and more lives, whether it's in New York City or LA, you know, grow. That's why I wanted to do this. Go. Yes, Jimmy.
I have a dream of a Dark Angel intervention school where people can come and learn the techniques to embrace the whatever it takes philosophy.
Yep.
And that it is the full package, but the key is always going to be, when we select someone, we will not stop until they're well. We'll never stop. Never. We would have to be stopped. It just doesn't work that way. We will choose someone and they will recover. That's the policy. And we have a big thing this Saturday. Let's see if Saturday's the day, but if it isn't, we're going to continue. That's it.
So now, do you guys have any questions that you want to ask me, or anything that you want to put out to our audience, to whether it's Team Replay or the people that are watching right now on LinkedIn and YouTube? Do you have anything that you want to say? Because we're coming up on 45 minutes, and I know that it's supper time for a bunch of us and everything. So we can do a round robin, but I want to end on James, not start, because you as the head of the organization, I want you to have your say last. I want it to be the last thing besides, well, my rambling crap that they hear. Okay?
Okay.
So it looks like Jerry's talking to somebody. So I will, whoever wants to go first, just go. Jerry, do you have anything you want to say to the people watching?
I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm in rehab right now, and so I have to deal with 4 other people in my room, and I have a bad, connection right now. I can't hear too good, so
all I was saying,
noise in my room. But what were you saying?
All I was saying is, do you have anything that you want to say to the people that are watching and listening about the organization, a way to reach out to you? I will get everybody's TikToks after the fact, and I will post it in the description and everything. if
Yeah.
that's what you'd like.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I get so much noise and
You're good.
people are very disrespectful sometimes. But I'd like to say, join us, help us. I'm in rehab. I'm doing the best I can, and helping people out there. We chose Lisa, and we won't stop until we get her, and then we'll choose somebody else. And and we can use some financial help if possible, because I come out of pocket too. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I do come out of pocket like we did last week, not this weekend just passed, but the weekend before that when we got Kyrell. It does cost money, to help people. So coming, especially with me, I have no work. I get a little stipend from the place I'm at, and with that I got to pay a phone bill, and I'd love to help people, and it's like my calling. This totally, like, I don't know if this isn't God sent. I don't know what is. This is my calling. I love this. And I'm the type of person that says I don't have that much money, and I feel compelled to help. So no matter, even if somebody does contribute, I'm still gonna help. No matter what. I care about people that much. I know what it's like to be in the streets. I know what it's like to suffer, and I don't want that for nobody no more. I want to grab as many people as I can to help them, because I don't want people to suffer out there. It is I don't know what to say. Horrendous. It is degrading out there. People dying left and right out there. I've lost, just this year alone, I probably lost 10. I know for a fact 10 people, maybe more, that I know, from overdoses. It's really bad out there, and God saved me for a reason, and I think this is my reason. So I'm gonna keep on going. Thank you, Crystal.
Thanks,
I
Jim.
appreciate everything.
All
Thank you,
right.
Dawn, everybody. Lace, Leanne, Sammy, especially James. Love you.
Love you, man.
So next we're going to go on to Leanne. Is there anything that you would like to say to the community?
Well, I do want to thank you, Crystal. This was wonderful, and for all you people that are watching tonight, thank you for joining in. And I know that it has affected every one of us. So as we pool our resources together in love and make that the greatest currency of all, we're going to get a lot of stuff done. So thank you, James, for starting this, and all you great team members. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
thanks.
you. All right. So, who wants to go next? Lace, do you have anything you would like to say? Lace? I think she's lagging. Okay. Dawn?
Sorry,
I don't know.
my children
No.
were calling.
Nope, that's okay. We don't mind. We don't mind little distractions. It always happens.
I just want to thank you for allowing me to come on. Just to let everybody know that we are out there. You have our support. We're there for you. Reach out to any one of us. I'm definitely around if anybody needs to speak to, because it 100% works. And I am proof of that all. And it's all thanks to James.
Me too.
Awesome. And then Lace, did you have anything you wanted to say?
I mean, to those listeners, take a listen. What beyond any doubt is that everyone has a type of addiction, and you come in, you have a little other problem. You know what? We're gonna support you. We're gonna do. I encourage anyone, come in and share your story. The inspiration that comes from hearing other people's stories, that their successes, and listen to Jerry. I mean, if that's not an inspiration, I don't know what is. James and Dawn, that is like I love them so much, and who they are for each other and with each other. here and now today. So if I may share, we have our email address is the Dark Angels Intervention Team at gmail.com. Feel free, send a question, share a story, ideas, resources, whatever. We're in development right now. We have some things going on.
Was it .org or .com?
I have to say to the community, and thank you for taking time to listen to us and give us your energy and love, and thank you.
Lace, since you have been sharing in the chat, can you just text me that that email that you just said so I can put it in the chat? Because you won't be able to, but I will, as owner of the chat, as a link that people can reach. So if you could just send me that email or in the private chat, either way.
Yes, thank you.
So Sam, anything that you would like to say to the people watching, about the organization, or
Well, I think it's an amazing cause. Like, if I had somebody come after me because I've been on the street for 18 years, right? So, and I finally ran out of energy. And so I went into the rooms. Like, I got introduced to AA, I got into recovery, all that stuff. But if I had somebody that cared enough to come and talk to me while I was in the street running around, at first I wouldn't be very receptive at all. I'd, tell them to go, somewhere with that. But then eventually, if he keeps coming back and showing interest and doing all that stuff that they do on a regular basis, I would eventually cave in, because I'd be like, there's a better way, and he's doing it.
Yeah.
So, that's why I'm really interested in doing this, even though, I am still living in a tent. I'm still in the streets technically, but
But honestly,
it's whatever at this point.
Having somebody that's in there already that can, gain the trust of the people that are in that tent city that are still smoking the dope and doing all the dumb stuff, have a way to be able to gain that trust. That's a foot in the door. Don't discredit where you are, because that is actually vital, because having somebody that's right there with them, that they're building that trust, leads to that foot in the door for James or for Dawn if we're having to talk to a lady, things like that. It gets that foot in the door because you're someone that they trust, and if you show trust in the others. So don't discredit where you are living, because like I said earlier, every piece of the puzzle matters.
Right.
And everybody has a different piece, and it's shaped differently because we all have different things to put in it. But when it all comes together, something really amazing happens. So with that, I am going to hand the mic over to our fearless leader to say what he would like to the community before we say goodnight, and I go stuff my face with a chocolate cheesecake that I had made earlier that should be finished setting by now.
Well done, Crystal. Thank you for this. It was very exciting to be this is my first interview for me and the team. I guess this is awesome. Thank you. Doing a wonderful job. Proud of you. And I believe in you also. Thank you to the team, everybody here, and the team that isn't, like Karen and everything. It means a lot to me that you're here and doing the things you do. I did not anticipate such a wonderful team so quickly. Very happy. I can't help it, but since there's people I don't know in the chat, I wanted to say, listen, if you heard anything, we care. Just because we do, we are uniquely qualified to do this and more. And with the resources we have, I promise you, if there's someone out there and there's someone that's lost in your family or someone close to you, you can contact us. And it's for the asking. We will do something. We don't have to be there to help and support you. This is about us all. This is bigger than us. Okay, and just because somebody isn't in recovery doesn't mean they wouldn't want recovery. There's just no clear path. You just heard Sammy say it. Okay, what we do, the Dark Angels are the bridge, and we will carry you across to get there. That's what we do.
Yep.
Okay. And
There
that's it.
is no one, there is like no one size fits all in any form of recovery, whether it's addiction recovery, mental health recovery. There is no one size fits all. And that is exactly what you're saying. And I love that. So I want to say thank you all for joining us. I know some of the members of the team had their, normal jobs, because we are all volunteering our time for this, whether it's me interviewing and making introductions. But at the end of the day, we are all volunteering our time because we want to make a difference in the world.
Yes.
So I want to say thank you all for taking time out of your Thursday night to join me, because I frankly am going out of town next week and I wanted to get this introduction done before I went out of town. So thank you for the kind of rush on it, although I've been pestering Jimmy for about a month now to do it.
No.
2 weeks, but that's okay. But at the same time, we all came together and we did a great job. And now a much wider community knows who you guys are, how to get a hold of you. And I will be posting the TikTok link as well on both the YouTube and the LinkedIn. So hopefully, more people will be reaching out wondering, how do I join? How can I help?
Great.
So
That's great.
with that, I do say have a wonderful night, and I will speak with you all very soon. Good night and bye, guys.
Good night.
Good night.